All right, here's the quadratic formula. So it is a fraction. So this line here represents the line of the fraction. So I'm going to sing this formula to y'all. This is how I memorize it. Okay. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Anybody recognize what that is?
We have requirements.
Thank you. Anybody recognize the tune? Like nursery rhyme kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a ringer.
Ah, Pop Goes the Weasel. Yes.
It's been a long time.
Bring around the Rosie. All right. So here it is again. So whenever I was student teaching, the teacher I was working with, she did this, and like it has stuck with me ever since. So it's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is plus or minus, okay? That means that we could have up to 2 solutions there. I'm gonna rewrite that. You'll do one with plus and you'll do one without plus, with subtraction actually. So this is what helps us solve all quadratic equations, no matter if you can factor it or graph it or do any other sort of solving. This will work every single time. So make sure that first your equation is written like this: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Once you know that, then you can plug everything in. It's like a regular formula, but the only thing we can only plug into a few things into the calculator. So it's not like you can plug all of it in because we don't want any decimals. We want exact answers, which sometimes exact answers have square roots in them. So this is ax squared plus bx. It doesn't have c though on the right side, on the correct side. How do I move this 4 over? Subtract it. And we can't actually combine it, so we're just going to write it like this: 2x squared minus 8x minus 4 equals 0. So once it's in the right order, we can write what a, b, and c are and then plug it into the formula. So this is a, this is b, this is c. So a is 2, b is negative 8, c is negative 4. So now we'll write the equation. So x equals, it says negative b. Well, b is already a negative. So all that does is just change the sign. So it's x equals 8, because you do negative, negative b, which is positive 8, plus or minus the square root of b squared is negative 8 squared minus 4 a and c. C is 4. All over 2 times a. So 2 times 2. So the only thing we did was plug in the formula. Now we're going to simplify the fraction a little bit at a time. So it's x equals 8 plus or minus . We are going to put this, not with the radical, not with the square root, only that. Put in calculator. So if you don't have your calculator, come grab it now. Shh. 96. So I'm gonna show y'all that in the calculator. So this is going to be -8 squared -4 times 2 times -4. Yep, it is 96. Over 2 times 2, which is 4. All right, so that looks good. Now we just need to simplify. So last week we simplified radicals. So this 96, we need to simplify. So I'm going to write it over here. Square root of 96. Do I remember how we put that in the calculator to see what all the factors are? Y equals 96 divided by x. So let's do that. Because I want to see if there's any perfect square factors. 96 divided by x. We hit second table. And then we look at this number. So look at the numbers x and y to see which one's perfect square. And we want the largest perfect square. Do y'all see it? Yep, 16 and 6. So we will rewrite this as square root of 16 times square root of 6. Square root of 16, what is that? 4. Square root of 6. So now I'm just going to replace that for this. So now I can write this as 8 plus or minus 4 square root of 6 over 4. Okay, the square root of 6 is going to make it where I can't get an actual number out of this. If I plug this in the calculator, it's going to give me a decimal. And I don't want that. I want the exact answer. So the only thing left to do is to see if any of these numbers will simplify. You see 8 over 4? This is like saying 8 over 4 and 4 square root of 6 over 4. Do you know what 8 over 4 is? 2. 2 over 1. What's 4 over 4? Just 1. So if I see that my numerator numbers and my denominator numbers can be simplified like a fraction, then I would do that. So like 8 over 4, which is 2. And then plus or minus 4 square root of 6 over 4. Well, 4 over 4 is 1, so this would just be plus or minus 1 square root of 6, but we don't need that 1 here, so we're just going to write it as square root of 6. And that would be our answer. I needed to write x equals, though. So that's the exact solution for our solution to that equation. They're not all like this. Some of them simplify out to where you don't have square roots. I would say this is the hardest example of the whole page. Okay? So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. All right, let's look at the second one. Okay, let's label A, B, and C. So A, what is A?
1.
1. B
6.
and C.
9.
Okay, good. So then we use our formula. So look back at your formula. X equals negative b. What is negative b?
That's just -1.
Negative 6, because it's the b value. Oh, okay. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4. What's A?
1.
What's C?
9.
9. All over 2 times A. Okay, so like the last one, we're going to find out what needs to go inside this radical. 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 9.
0.
Yeah. So it's 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 9. Yeah, 0. So we'll rewrite, but with square root of 0 inside the radical. And then 2 times 1 is just 2. What is the square root of 0? Yeah, it's just 0. Do I need to write negative 6 plus 0? No, it's just 6, negative 6. So this simplifies down to negative 6 over 2. Negative 6 divided by 2. It's just negative 3. So x equals negative 3. Oh, it feels so much like that's way easier.
Oh, yeah.
So when we take a square root and we get a 0, we're able to just come out with one answer because the square root of 0 is done. All right, I'm going to get you started on the next example, and then you're going to do it. What do you think we need to do first here?
Move over the 4 to -4.
Move over, not yet. Let's do one thing first. Distribute, yeah. Because we actually need it to be in the ax squared form. So x squared, and then minus 5x equals negative 4. Plus 4. Okay, so equals 0. All right, so it's your turn. Go ahead and identify A, B, and C, and then plug it in to the formula. What are y'all getting inside that radical? So you can stop right there and help. I want y'all to get to the final square root. What this way now. So it would no longer be under the radical. So remove that radical and then you'll stop right there and I'll help you finish it out. Good job. Good job. Mhm. All right, so if you're lost, here we go. Got your A, B, and C. Y'all with me? Pay attention even if you got it. Look up here. X equals negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2A. All right, so are we there at least? Okay, so then we put what's underneath the radical into the calculator. So negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. 9. So we're going to simplify everything. So x equals 5 plus or minus square root of 9 over 2. Okay, so if we have a radical, we need to simplify that. What is the square root of 9? 3. You know what I saw a lot of people doing, not just in this class, other classes? They're writing it like this. What is wrong with that? Yes, you have to remove that square root. So we should just say 5 plus or minus 3 over 2. Okay, so this is where the plus and minus makes a big difference. We're going to write this in 2 different ways. We're going to write this one with plus. So x equals 5 plus 3 over 2. Write it down. And then what does this one say? Write it as your 2. The other one should be 5 minus 3 over 2. That way we get our 2 solutions, since we can simplify all the things. So you can put that in your calculator or you can do it in your head. I'm going to just put it in my calculator just for ease. So it'll be 5 plus 3 over 2. Let's see if I can get to the 2. There we go. 4. And then what about the other one? Yeah, I can go up here and I can just bring it down and change that to a minus. Maybe. Sometimes my calculator doesn't want to work. I don't know why it won't go. There we go. Delete minus. There we go. And 1. So 4 and 1 are the solutions. So we're able to say x equals 4 and x equals 1. This quadratic formula works every time. It's kind of ugly because it has lots of different parts to it. Has that square root. But it works every single time. No matter if it's whole number, imaginary, 1 solution, 2 solution, doesn't matter.